Hello and welcome to Detective Fiction. My name is Professor Gretchen Bartels and I'll be your instructor in this class. So in these introductory videos, what you're going to do is introduce yourself, your major and career goals, say what your reason is for taking the class, and then also let us know what your favorite, what I'm calling a story of detection. So it can be something that's really obviously detective fiction, or you can also talk about something that's maybe a little bit more loosely connected to detective fiction. So I'll go first introducing myself. As I've already mentioned, I'm the instructor. I don't have a major so much anymore, and my career goals are a bit obvious, seeing as I'm an English professor. But I'll talk a little bit about my reason for teaching this class. I think that detective fiction is something that's absolutely fascinating, and I think that it gets to the core of so much of what we're looking for when we're looking for ideas of truth. The way that plot is so important, but characters become important as well in these types of stories of detection, and the fact that they're so widespread is something that's very interesting. It's not just tied to the modern world, even though modernization is something that has a really, really close tie to detective fiction. So I'm really excited to be teaching this class and very excited to study this type of work that's also so very popular and so very fun and exciting, and looking at enjoyment from a really critical perspective as well as a perspective that allows us just to enjoy some of these works. One of my favorite stories of detection, other than the ones that we'll be reading and viewing this session, is The Woman in White by Wilkie Collins. It was published in Great Britain in 1860 is when that starts, and it's a really fantastic tale about this bizarre woman who shows up in the woods, and she's entirely in white and very mysterious. It's a really interesting novel that's told in a semi-epistolary format that really draws you into it. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to include it in this particular class, primarily because as a Victorian novel, it's quite long and we just don't have the time to go through some 600 or 700 pages of novel because we have so much to cover. But that's a fantastic one if anyone is looking for another really good read. That's one to look at. I'm so excited to meet all of you and to be working with you this session.